Switching gears here, though. Tonight, there is a new report from the Office of the D.C. Auditor in the case of the two police officers involved in the traffic death of Karon Hilton Brown back in 2020. Both officers were pardoned by President Trump at the start of his term, but now a new report raises questions about how D.C. police handled the investigation and what the department needs to do differently moving forward. Melissa Kim joins us now live from D.C. Police headquarters. Melissa, what stands out to you in this report?
Yeah, well, good evening, Leslie. This is the third and final report. It is lengthy, 172 pages long, and calls the disciplinary action taken against those two MPD officers, quote, grossly inadequate.
I hope to see that this not be a predictor of what happens in the future.
D.C. Auditor Kathy Patterson hopes that history does not repeat itself, as she and attorney Michael Bromwich wrote in their latest report on Officer Terrence Sutton and Lieutenant Andrew Zavafsky. The two were involved in the traffic death of Karon Hilton Brown in 2020. The MPD Disciplinary Review Board recommended that the two officers be fired, but instead, Sutton was given a 25-day suspension and Zavafsky was allowed to retire after paying a $2,500 fine. In the report, Patterson says MPD Chief Pamela Smith rejected that recommendation, but the chief also rejected 4 of the 11 recommendations designed to hold the department accountable when it comes to use of force and misconduct investigations.
I would like to see a kind of a reversal from this course of ignoring the recommendations in the report, which would be a way to continue to improve our policies.
What we're suggesting is that they ought to rely on the professionals within their department who did the investigation.
Chief Smith did respond in the report, saying 7 of the 11 suggestions were protocols that the department already follows. But Bromwich argues that's not enough.
And that's what still hasn't happened. We haven't had a credible explanation for why Chief Smith reversed their recommendation and decided that lesser punishments were appropriate.
He adds,
here we made 11 of the same kind of recommendations, common sense, based on our examination of the record, our knowledge of best police practices, and all of them rejected. That suggests not a careful analysis of the recommendations, but some anger about the report because it didn't come out the way they liked.
Now, we did get a response from MPD in the last hour. It reads in part because the officers were pardoned by the president while their cases were still under appeal, that they couldn't rely on any criminal convictions for their disciplinary outcomes, rather. Mr. Bromwich, who you heard from in the piece there, told me today that he actually sent a letter to Chief Smith asking for a one-on-one conversation so that everyone can move forward in this case. Leslie?
It contours a lot of dynamics, and I'm remembering all the fallout that happened when this tragedy occurred back in 2020. Melissa, thank you.